Hello everyone. I hope everyone is all well. Obviously sorry for the long update. Obviously been a bit busy with my new job and everything. Looking at the screen, we're doing well with the channel. We've got 99 subscribers. Come on, that one more person, let's get it to 100. And then I think there's, as you see, I think there's some more settings will open up for me. Obviously been a bit busy with the Tro 5, as you see on the floor. Obviously that is the engine bay loom. Obviously took it back to bare metal, well, bare metal should I say, bare wire. Obviously renewed all the trunking. Obviously tested all the plugs to make sure obviously no breakages. Obviously hard soldered the where the brown plug goes. I think I've got to run a couple of wires. I've got to add on to the sump temperature sensor, I believe. But other than that, that is that job done. So obviously we started to do some work on the engine. So you see that's the old bits that came off. And so what I've been up to today is obviously took the engine outside, obviously degreased it all, gave it a good clean. I know some people are going to go, what are you painting it for? But obviously last time I painted an engine was my old CR125 back probably in the late 1990s. So obviously I was a bit annoyed obviously with the old oxide, the aluminium oxide that obviously the old XU engine suffered for. So what I've done today obviously has been degreased, obviously prepped up, and that's just a light coat of acid etch primer. That stuff, obviously I've done it on my old GTR 6 engine, and obviously I etched it and then I painted the bottom block black, done my head in silver, and then the cam covers got painted in KTM orange. As you see in there, I think I've still got the orange paint somewhere. So this one will probably have a silver bottom, probably silver. I might go for a blue bottom end, I don't know. But more likely just do the whole lot in silver, and then obviously detail a few of the bits out. I know people go, oh, why didn't you take the engine to bits and stuff? Obviously this engine came from Miles down at Pug Racing a couple of years ago. Obviously the head gasket's been done on it, the valve stem seals have been done on it. So obviously as you see, I've got all the bits that have all been blasted out. I might go down the route of painting them yet, depending on how the engine comes out. I know people are going to go, oh, you're a bit lazy, you didn't take no bits off. But as if you followed the videos before, you see obviously I've got quite a fair few parts kicking about. So it was just a 5-minute flutter about hour ago. I just thought I had a little bit of etch primer left from a job that I'd done. So I thought, right, let's just get on there. You know, everything's going to be brand new on there. So like I said, this lot that's on there don't really matter. And again, obviously I will take off the side thermostat housing and stuff. Obviously that'll be all replaced. So it's just sort of, you know, I'd spare 5 minutes. So I just thought, let's just chuck some paint on there. Obviously we started getting quite nearly there with the running gear. As you can see there, obviously the hubs, obviously that I've done a couple of weekends ago. Obviously we pressed that in with me and the old man. Obviously last weekend. Obviously got my last of my powder coating bits all up. So I think pressing the shafts, as you can see there, that'd be the rear beam all rebuilt up. And to be honest, I've only got all up in Biddersteins, and the car will and obviously get the engine in there. Car will be pretty much on 4 wheels. So things are moving quite quickly. Obviously been on the old faithful eBay, obviously ordering bits. Again, rocker covers, bits for the gearbox bearing, big end bearing seals and whatnot. So just obviously been flickering through that in the evening to order up some bits, obviously for the engine. Yeah, so like I say, it's all coming together. Yeah, no, I really sort of moving quite fast. I can't see. I think it's been a little while since I've updated the page, so I don't know what I've actually shown. I think I'll put some more clips in there. As you can see, you'll see the wiring loom's all tidy in there. A couple little bits that need doing, obviously earth blocks going on, but I'm still a bit undecided to that. Got to obviously extend the side indicator wiring. I'll do that in due course. So yeah, obviously not much gone in the work gone on in the workshop lately. Lots of been busy at work and just haven't had the chance, to be honest. By the time going from work and obviously sort out the kids and see obviously what my wife's been up to for the day. Yeah, so it's just been busy. So I thought this would be a bit of an update. Obviously, you know, people have done a decent thing and obviously subscribed to my channel. So that's obviously sort of my duty, and I should sort of update people on what's going on. So yeah, so obviously I've been doing some work out in the yard, which I'll take you out to see. Obviously I've done all the fabrication myself and obviously fitted the roof on. Let's get back in the workshop. I've seen my little girl was running around the garden like a raving lunatic, so that's why I went quiet, but she noticed that I went out there. But yeah, look, see, obviously done all the fabrication, obviously at home. Obviously done all the woodwork on it myself, obviously fitted the sheets on myself. So yeah, it's just I wanted another cover out in the garden. So then with the other 205 shell that I've got out there, once this one's done, then I can sort of decide what route to take that. So yeah, so I wanted a bit of an outside working area, so I could sort of do my bits out there really. Because as you can see with a workshop like this, I don't really want to be firing up the welder in here too much. So that's why I built the outdoor workbench. And then obviously I fitted that big voice. That voice was given to me by a gentleman that come and work for the old company that I'd done my metal polishing with over at Spark Tech. He closed his business, and obviously we was talking about voices, and he said, I've got a nice big voice if you want it. And I thought he was going to sort of turn up with some little piddly thing. And he's turned out with that monster. So obviously I took it apart, chucked it in the blast cabinet, painted it all up, and obviously I fitted that today. So I had to pop into ML last week to pick up some more steel. So I bought some nuts and bolts in there to do the business. So yeah, and obviously with the blast cabinet, I think I'm going to knock a quick shelter for it out here, because I was going to chuck it on eBay, but to be honest, there's so many powder coats, so many blast cabinets on eBay at the moment. To be honest, I'll get pennies for it, so I might also just leave it in the yard and put a cover over it, to obviously to do my business with that. Because changing from the foot pedal to a handheld one, like the small Clark ones that you can get, the thing's brilliant now. So like I said, I've chucked that out there. I've got a parts washer in the other garage that will be coming out, because I'm going to, in probably the next couple of weeks, once I've put up another shelter over our bar area, which obviously for social gatherings and whatnot. Obviously I'll look at going through the storeroom and getting some shelves and then some more heavy duty boxes. It's like a bomb's going off in there at the moment, and obviously a lot of the gear, when I refit the workshop out, ended up in there. So I thought, well, so obviously in due course, redo the floor in there, probably do the tiles from Motor Tile look I've got in here. Yeah, get that storeroom all sorted out, tidied up, go through my nuts and bolts and whatever else rubbish that's in there, and then I can start refitting out the other garage where the Silver 205 lives. So I've got so many Peugeot bits in there, so I'm start going through that a bit more, redo the shelving in there, give it a lick of paint, do the floor in there, and sort of just try and get it as tidy as what we've got in here, really. So yeah, it's things are moving quite quickly with everything. But yeah, like I said, I've sort of, my lovely wife's on my case to do her shelter, so that's what you saw, those welded up posts that are on that workbench that I've done last weekend. So I'm going to get some ground anchors, get the posts up, and obviously the steel is on the floor, so I weld the plates on that, and then I can nut and bolt it together after I've drilled some holes, order up some 5 metre timber. I forgot what size I bought last time, 150 by 150, something daft like that. Same as what I've done with the other one. Put the timber on there, fit the joist hangers, which I think there's some over in here. Obviously, people are always wondering, obviously, what other stuff I'll get up to. So I'm going to babble on a bit of what I've been up to. As you can see in there, obviously, nail them in. Then the joists will go in there. Obviously, I've got a load of metal sheeting left over. So I chuck that in there. That's another job done. Might do a little bit more work in the garden, but once I get that out of the way and my lovely wife's off my back, then I can sort of like solder on, obviously, with this one. As you can see, I'm sort of getting quite a part collection again under the car. So once the running gear's all back together, I've got some shocks on it and the engine's in there, it can go on the deck. And then obviously I'll get Adam round there. Obviously it's cut, as you see, there's a few little marks on it where it's been knocked about in the garage. Obviously where I'll cut that screen out. So do a bit of body work repair around here, and then we'll run it over the body shop, chuck it back in the oven, and give it another a couple of coats of paint. And then obviously let the paint sort the business out, and then obviously then we're wet and dry and polish out, and yeah, and then can decide what I'm going to do with the trim. More likely going to paint them in a trim black or something. I was going to paint them where they're smooth, but I think that'd be a bit over the top for the car. So yeah, just not said, moving quite quickly. Again, back in the workshop. Can't think if you've seen some of these signs. Can't remember if I've updated them. Obviously, these ones came off of eBay quite recently. Those ones I think everyone's seen before. But then I bought some of these. I think it was off with my birthday money or some Christmas or whatever I had left over. I think one of them was on there, but I think I bought the white 205 one, and I think the Champion and the Texaco's ones. Again, they're not, you know, they're reproduced, but it just breaks the cabinets up a bit, you know, just something different in it. You know, I'm not said. It's all, yeah, things are moving quite quickly. And to be honest, you think we're in March now. March, yeah. So yeah, things are moving quite quickly. So yeah. But anyway, thank you very much for everyone. Obviously for the new subscribers to my channel, appreciated. Like I said, sorry to everyone that obviously this update has been quite a while. But you know what? So it's sort of got to go to work to earn the pennies to buy the bits for the car. It's just sort of finding time. So like I said, I've done some work with my garden last weekend. And then obviously this weekend, I thought, right, let's jump on there, bolt my voice in there, and then get that engine out of here. Obviously wheeled it out on the stand. Quite handy having the old roller shutter door now. Yeah, wheeled it up and done my business. And so yeah, I said, looking forward, to be honest. I'm definitely going to get the silver one out on the road this year. So like I said, once that other shelter's out in the garden, then that'll clear the room to get the door open and get the silver one out. And then obviously run that over to my friend who does my MOTs. And then we can get out in the 205. Obviously me and the boy, I think we'll enjoy that and go and have a nice Sunday hack somewhere. So yeah, so like I said, thank you very much for everyone that subscribed to the channel. I hope all is well. Have a lovely evening. And I will be back very soon.